Alright, what's up? This is Wutshood, this is your boy Friday, make case love. Alright, this episode, it's a long time done this. It's a story time, right? Now, this story time, man, well, it's been months I've done this, meet young Pharaoh at Joy Villa. If I start with Joy Villa, man, I see her on TV a lot, especially on YouTube, and she's so tall. See, I was at the 776 Freedom Free tour right by the White House. It was a great event, and also met young Pharaoh as well. Watch him on YouTube a lot. They both gave me hugs and everything. And met with Joy Villa. She had her book, and she sang the national anthem, and a lot of different speakers up there. But it was great because it was a beautiful day outside, and they had a little march around. I think some part of 8th Street did all the way down to I think over there Constitution Avenue, but not Constitution, but like kind of like 15th Street, yeah, 15th. So it was like kind of went around the White House a little bit, but it was great. It was like all lives matter and everything, and people had Trump signs and everything. So it was great, man. It was fun, man. And I also made, like I said, at Joy Villa, she did her thing. And she did a speech and everything, and get to meet her. And I took a nice picture of her. I didn't know she was that tall. Wow, she's real tall, good looking lady, man. So great. I get to talk to her for a little bit. And she got a book, she got a podcast, so she doing it all. I guess she's most famous for her Trump dresses at the Grammys and all. So she's pretty much doing her thing. So thanks to her, and also young Pharaoh, watch her on YouTube almost every day, and get to meet with him, talk to him a little bit. Nice guy, man, real cool dude, man, smart guy, man. And it was a great event, and hopefully I don't know if they'll do another one. I don't know if it'll be the last one, depends on how things go. But yeah, man, so it's great meeting both of them guys, man. So big up to both of them. So it was great being Joy Villa and young Pharaoh, man. Keep doing y'all thing, man. So it's your boy Friday, make case of love. I'm out. Peace. Yeah.
What's so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, for the ramparts we were so gallantly seen, and the
Red.
rockets left above mercy in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say just as the single banner yet wave.
Yeah. All right. Chill. Yeah. Woo. Woo. Pharaoh.
Thank you all very, very much. Thank you. So I had to start this off in greatness. Peace, peace, family.
Yeah.
How are you all? All right, so thank you. So before we jump into this, I want to say I appreciate each and every one of you coming out, whether you came from the 1776 platform, my platform, or you just heard it was something great going on and you wanted to be a part of it. I appreciate you all coming out because symbolism is all of our natural language. And what this symbolizes is that we are all tired of the bullshit from all of our individual walks of life. And I want to just jump right into this and just set it right on fire out the gate. I want to explain, to those of you who may or may not be familiar with me, what I represent and what everybody here that got a yellow shirt on represents. Or if you ordered it in, whatchamacallit, you got a couple, one, you got 1,000, that does not calculate your level of support. These yellow shirts are symbolic to people who are awakened to the value of self. And what I want everybody to realize, when you look at us with these yellow shirts, we are actually poster boarding our consciousness. We are poster boarding our mind. And if we don't drain the swamp due to political corruption, we have to drain the swamp for spiritual corruption on purposes. These people believe in Satan. It doesn't matter if you worship the Bible or not. It doesn't matter if you believe in Satan or not, because they do. And what they're doing is they are using technology, these technocrats, who are people who believe the world should be ran and governed by technology. Because if you don't know what's been happening is these Democrats have been allowing the political influence of occult political entities within our system without our knowledge. So we have bureaucrats over here, kleptocrats over here, technocrats over here. We got all kind of Zionist Jews over here, George Soros, and all of these communistic entities over here through the vehicle of the Democratic Party. So in my personal opinion, we need to arrest the Democratic Party for treason at minimum and crimes against humanity. But if for none of those other reasons, we need to drain the swamp. We need to drain the swamp specifically for the fact that they are constantly distracting us out of developing our own selves into intellectual, talented beings. Yes. And so they are basically using technology to keep you in a virtual haunted house that you don't realize you're in. You are afraid to live your life. You are afraid to be your true self, and you will never reach your higher self within fear. So if you had fear of trying to pay your rent, pay your mortgage, get your kids from school, maintain your relationship that's probably deteriorating you anyway, you just in fear to go around, you in fear of the police, you in fear of this, then you will never have a time to do something that is your divine right, which is to think. And if you don't have time to think, you don't have time to develop. And if you don't have time to develop, that's a crime against your soul. And so if we don't, slay them for political corruption, we need to slay them for spiritual tyranny at minimum. And I'm gonna come right out hot. I would like to say I represent the Malcolm X minded black person. And that's right. And the reason that that's important is because masculinity itself is not substantiated within the mainstream media, let alone conscious black heterosexual masculine males. And I want to say this before I start. As intimidating as I may seem, I'm not intimidating. I am just like any other species of humanoid on the planet. I put what looks like me, aka my mama, first. It's not wrong for you to love your mama. If you white, your parents should be your deities. So I expect you to love what looks like your deities. But what America has not done, or the Democratic Party specifically, they have not allowed us to venerate ourselves in our own image and control the way we want ourselves to be represented. And so what I'm doing today is I'm representing black people in the image that we rightfully should be represented in, and doing it in a righteous manner where we can come together with our patriotic white fellow Americans and destroy that mainstream stereotypical narrative while doing it the proper way. And with that being said, jumping right out, Barack Obama's a terrorist, okay? And I'm just gonna lay it all out. I'm gonna lay it all out. That's right. Barack Obama is a terrorist, okay? And we're just gonna lay it all out. We're just gonna go down the line, all right? So it all started in 1776, right? It all started in 1776. But we're going to skip up to the 1800s because that is where it got critical, right? We know in 1871, well, hopefully we know. If not, go do y'all research. In 1871, there was a clause set for the Ku Klux Klan to ban them from having political influence or anyone who supported the Confederacy, because we know who created the Confederate flag and the Ku Klux Klan? The Democrats. So if you don't know, demo means demon. Crack comes from the word krasi, which means rulership. Democratic literally means demonic rulership. These people are Satanists They want to take the word God out of everything. And even though we don't see and believe in God the same way, we can agree that there is a higher frequency of righteousness that you must submit to. So anybody that's trying to substitute that frequency out, we have to look at you a little sideways. Why would you not? Why do you not believe that there is some? What kind of righteous person would try to be void of the subscription that there is something that has your best intention in hand and that is greater than you and that will support you if you do right? Who wouldn't want to subscribe to that belief? So why do you want to, exit that out of the vehicle of our minds? You must be a Satanist. And so that being said, in 1871, this clause was put in place to where the Ku Klux Klan or supporters of the Confederacy could not politically influence this country. Then a magical thing happened that following year, 1872, where this clause was, voided, removed. It was moved out of the way, and the Ku Klux Klan, aka the Democratic Party, was once again given the power to influence the government. And since 1872 all the way to now, the Democratic Party has been causing hell on this country, within this country. They have been utilizing the Ku Klux Klan, other terroristic groups, as well as other terroristic black groups. And I'm here to say that because white people can't say it because y'all get mad at them, so I'm going to say it. They have been utilizing terroristic black groups too, such as the Nation of Islam, Louis Farrakhan, okay, to cause chaos and hell in this country. And they have been eliminating anybody who makes sense. Malcolm X was not a racist. He said, quote, out of his mouth, I'm for my people and the betterment of my people, but I'm willing to work with anybody that's righteous. And they killed him for that. But Louis Farrakhan protected Elijah Muhammad, who was a pedophile and got a 16-year-old pregnant 3 times. I'm going to say allegedly, but it's the truth. And they let him rock. And so the Democratic Party's agenda is to cause chaos because that is what Satanists believe. They believe from chaos comes order. And the chaos must be started in your mind. And they want to start chaos in the mind of everybody so that they can slide in this new world order. And the new world order is AI. The all-seeing eye is artificial intelligence. The only thing on this planet that could watch everybody and everything at one time is a robot. And so we have to be aware of what they want to do. These people, when they give us technology, they already 200, 300 years ahead, okay? And so with that being said, they are dumbing us down, they are poisoning us, and they are attacking us. That's right, this is not just about, we don't like a law. No, this is about, you are literally using scientists to commit warfare on humans. How do I know? Because I'm a genius. So, with that being said, before I continue, I'm gonna give my credentials because I know people love to feel like, well, he have the right. Okay, I am a genius. I am a polymath. A polymath, if you don't know, is someone who has an elite level of intellect in multiple subject matters of academia in top 1%. So a monomath is like an elite level intellect in one subject. A polymath is an elite level intellect in multiple. So with that being said, I am very well versed in science, genetics, biology, or whatever you really want to do. And I started my own debate league. I put $50,000 on myself versus anybody. I just ask you go get the best, and I get it in with you. And when it comes to the Democratic Party, we have to realize why Big Pharma is so important. It's about money, but it's not about money. Everything is about your consciousness, right? So let's go back to Satanism. I'm gonna tell y'all why this is important. And Lucy Epstein, Israeli Mossad 30-year spy. Jeffrey Epstein was in fact an Israeli Mossad spy for over 30 years. If you did not know that, surprise. Now, who is Ghislaine Maxwell really to Jeffrey Epstein? Ghislaine Maxwell was not his spouse. She was his handler. She became his handler after the death of her father, who also was a spy, who was Robert Maxwell. Now, Robert Maxwell, you may or may not know, because I have a lecture I'm creating right now where I'm totally just about to academically challenge public schooling. And one of my challenges is the curriculum. That's right. That's right. The public doom system. Now, Robert Maxwell not only was an Israeli Mossad agent, he actually was the publisher of our curriculum in this country for years. How many of you are aware with McGraw-Hill? That's Robert Maxwell. So now we arguing with these type of white people about why y'all don't teach black history in school. And they like, well, shit, we don't know. We don't control it. But we don't know that they don't control it. So I'm just here to lay it out on the table. The Israeli Mossad, has been in control of our public education since that McGraw-Hill. And then what they did was they took it out of play and they put another one in play, but the one that they put in play still has the curriculums adopted from the McGraw-Hill. So still right now at this very second, our children are being educated by Israel. Let's be clear on that. And the Democratic Party opened that door. And so when I say these people are terrorists, they're terrorists. I'm not playing with you. And I know how to fight. So what's happening? And with that being said, these people are terrorists and the swamp must be drained. We hope that it can be done through the proper chain of command. Donald Trump, the federal government, etc. But what I want y'all to know is if these people steal this election, you can bend over. I'm not bending over. So I don't have to become a terrorist, but you do not fuck with me. I will not be taking no vaccines or none of that shit. So whatever y'all want to do in this country, do that shit over there. Do not come to my house with that bullshit. And so I want to say that because I see what you assholes are doing, and I'm not a pussy. I'm going to call you out on it. So the Democratic Party has not only allowed Israel to invade this country, they have allowed communist China. Now we have to blow them out of the water. We talked about ritual aid, Rite Aid, pharmacy, pharmaceutical drugs, hypnosis, hippocampus part of the brain, occult, Satanism. Democrat literally means demonic rulership. So they can't say they're not Satanists when your fucking name means demonic ruler. I mean, there's really no escaping that. Now, with that being said, where does China fit in? Well, 90% of our pharmaceutical drugs and medical supplies come from China. So now we have to ask ourselves, if this is the greatest country on earth, how is the majority of our scientists in these academic institutions foreigners? Go research the H-1B1 visa, okay? And everybody knows when you see a Chinese student, what do you assume? This is the smartest person in the college. Well, if this is America, why are you the poster boy? Okay? Why are Jews the smartest people in the courtroom? Why is most of our medical supplies coming from China? Why is Israel educating the American public? Why has the Democratic Party allowed so many outside nations and influences on us? And I want y'all to realize they are selling this goddamn country out. It's not a joke. That's right. It's not a joke. And the reason we don't see it coming is not only because they're dumbing us down and they're underdeveloping our brains, they are poisoning us.
His first term. And you guys can boo. Normally I get boos. Come on. Are you guys awake out there?
Yeah.
I said, are you awake out there? Woo! We are awake, but we're not woke. Or actually, we are woke. The ones who call themselves woke, they go broke, right? They are looking at the nation as something that needs to be destroyed rather than lifted up. Meanwhile, us as Americans, we are lifting up America. We are proud to be Americans, black, white, brown, Asian. We don't care what color you are. We love our nation. That's what unites us. All right, so I voted for Obama, and then I said, well, what's happening to my nation? What's happening to this country? I said, oh, well, it's politicians. I really don't have any power anyways. So I became more and more of a liberal. Being in Hollywood, being a musician, being a singer, songwriter, I knew that I kind of had to toe the line to be respected out there. And so I did. But then a man, you guys might have heard of him, his name is Donald Trump. Donald Trump ran for president. And I was like, oh no, not that racist, misogynist, sexist, homophobic, blah, blah, blah. I mean, I was just being fed the CNN BS, you know what I'm saying? CNBS, exactly. What is it, the Clinton Crime Network? Come on now. They're so controlled. It is weaponized media. Because if they say, oh, this happened, and let's attack those types of people, they're white supremacists, go beat them up, it's okay, we give our blessing. People do that. They're brainwashed by the media. So it's actually weaponized media. Because a lot of people like me, I thought I could trust them. The most trusted name in news. Like, yeah, right. So I started becoming aware that Donald Trump was not what they said he was. I looked at his Oprah interview in 1989. How many of y'all saw that? Okay, so he talks about it. he says, if I were to run, she goes, would you run for president? And he says, well, only if my country needed me. And he says, you know, I am going to, if I were to become president, he told Oprah, I would have less foreign dependence, right? Less dependence on foreign nations. I would decrease taxes. We would have less dependence on China. I don't know if he said it like that. Now he says it like that. I love the way the president says China, right? And these were the same things he was campaigning on. So I said, there is no way this man is phony and has been lying for 35 years. There's just no way, you know? So he was legitimate, he still is legitimate, and he's going to be legitimate when we re-elect him this year. This man is fighting for us. This man is the real deal. So I voted for President Trump in 2016. I got red-pilled. But I knew also that I could not say anything because I was in Hollywood. And I kind of wanted to still pay the bills. And I knew that I would be blacklisted from events. So I stayed quiet until Madonna spoke at the Women's March. Do you guys remember that? The Women's March is happening today, by the way. They had another Women's March going on, but it's some Women's March. It's not for all of us. They don't want pro-life women. They don't want pro-God women. They don't want pro-Trump women. They don't want these women here. They don't want all of us then. That's right. So Madonna got on the stage in January of 2017 and she said, I think an awful lot about blowing up the White House. I was like, what? How can this woman, who I used to work with, by the way, I worked on her Hard Candy Fitness tour. We performed in Good Morning America years ago. And, you know, being an independent artist, I traveled 35 countries. It was a struggle to make a name for myself. How many of you guys are artists, creators, right? You know how hard, yes, you know how hard it is. And if someone has a bit of a bias against you, you really want to like ease it and go in and not you know, upset the balance. And it's hard work because you know that your livelihood depends on them hiring you. Never work for free, you guys. Artists, unless it's a passion project, don't let people take advantage of you. I talk about that in my book, Kick-Ass Conservative. Because your art is worth the money. Your performance is worth the money. So just have your value and know that. But back to Madonna. So when she said that, and people cheered, and there was literally millions of people, and it was broadcast on TV, and they were like, oh my God, Madonna, she's so amazing, yes, queen, girl power. I was like, what the hell is going on? No, this is not girl power. So I got mad, and then I said, I'm going to wear a Trump dress to the Grammys. If she can say she wants to blow up the People's House right behind us, then I can say, make America great again. Because that's for all of us. So I've had the pleasure of being able to meet the president and go to the White House and speak on behalf of a lot of you guys and say, listen, we just want to be able to support our families. We just want lower taxes. We just want to be able to create and not be destroyed by the liberal media who says we're racists, who says we're white supremacists. I go to events all across the nation, and you know the Black Lives Matter activists, they scream in my face, you're oppressed! You're oppressed! I'm like, excuse me, white guy, white liberal? I'm a black Latina woman. The only person oppressing me right now is you. With your stanky ass breath.